Okay, so this is going to be our first exposure video, but after thinking about it, you guys, I like to give enough advance warning notice to a person who I'm about to just, be exposing all their shit online about. And so I'm going to change it up, but not much, just a little bit. And so how I'm going to change it is I'm going to expose everything about this individual first. And not only that, I stuck it in this little blue container. And if you open it, I wrote down each exposure that I'm going to do about this person, crumpled them up into a little ball, stuck them in here where I would shake it up, and then I would pull one out. And whatever one I pulled out is going to be the exposure that I give you for that video. If we reach the end of all the exposures in this container, he decides he don't give a fuck to contact the bitch, then at the end of the video, I'm going to expose who the fuck I'm talking about, government name, identifying key features, along with their picture. I just like to be fair, especially if I shit to these motherfuckers that clearly deserve it. By the time I go through all these exposure, he would have more than enough time to fucking stop this if he wanted it to be stopped. So if he doesn't stop it, then he clearly didn't want it to be stopped, and therefore it would not be stopped. For this, I'm going to shake up this little container, go in here, pull out exposure, and whatever exposure I pull out is the exposure we're talking about. So you guys might get something juicy and good for the first exposure, or you guys might get something boring and lame. It also gives this video a chance to have a good first exposure, and it's just fair. Up the exposure container and open it now. Okay. Damn, I really crumpled this piece of paper up. No guy code. Okay, so for our first exposure video called No Guy Code. This motherfucker do not have no guy code when it comes to his homeboys. Okay, me personally, I feel like guys in today's generation do not live amongst the guy codes with each other like it used to be back in the old days, how they did follow it. But today's generation, I don't think they really give a fuck about following guy code. But in regards to this individual, I have had 3, counted, 1, 2, 3 of his friends mentioned to me at one point in time, at different point in times, with all of each other around, but when I happened to be hanging out with them, or I happened to cross this friend's path at different times, different places, and they never knew that that person told me the same thing that they're telling me now. I had a few of his homeboys, 3, mentioned to me that they definitely believe that this man fuck their bitch. And not only that, we know how our intuition, our gut feeling can warn us sometimes, tell us about some shit that we might be in denial about, or give us insight to something that we're unsure of. When they have this thought that this man fuck their bitch or ex-bitch, that intuition, that gut feeling that they could not shake off or get rid of, was right there telling them, yeah, he probably did. And on top of that, I can't really go into detail because it's one of the exposures that I'm going to do if we make it to it doing these videos. But I know that for a 90, I'm going to say 80, 85% fat that I know at least one of his homeboys, bitches that he fucked, and I'm pretty sure I have proof of it. But I can't really go into that right now with you guys because, like I said, it's one of the exposures. But whenever we do pick that exposure, or if we even get to that exposure, I'm dropping all the exposures on the ground. If we ever do get to that exposure, then I will let you guys know how I possibly have proof of that. Hopefully we get to that exposure. And on top of that, knowing this person for as long as I have, which is years, not 1, 2, 3, but more than that, he seems like a hoe. He seemed like he would stick his in anything that has a hole in it for it to go in. Doesn't care what they look like, who they are. The only guy code he is following in regards to guy codes is the guy code he had for himself, and that's about it. Besides that, his homeboys, bitches, sisters, girlfriends, exes, moms, grandmas, aunts, aunties, whatever the case, they're not off limits to this motherfucker. I'm dead ass sure of it. If you guys want to see what he looked like right now in the first exposure video, go find a dictionary and look up hoe. I'm pretty sure he's under that definition with a picture. I definitely believe that he fucked all of their bitches, but I know for a fact or I pretty sure I know for a fact, 80 to 85% sure I know for a fact of him fucking at least one of the his homeboy's bitches, and I have proof. If you're wondering if I told this homeboy whose bitch I'm pretty sure fucked, no. And his homeboy, we ain't that close. I don't know him. In fact, his homeboy is really annoying. And on top of that, it ain't none of my business. It might be my business now, but it ain't none of my business. And on top of that, I probably only seen his homeboy on the total of 3 or 4 times when I met him for the first time a few years ago. That's not my place to be, telling somebody about their bitch. And, like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong for that. I don't know. It is what it is. But, yeah, I can definitely see him fucking his homeboys' bitches or anything female rights related to his homeboys. I can definitely see him fucking them. And the only time he would say anything or even apologize is usually when they get caught. If they apologize. That's the first exposure. So, you guys, that is the first exposure for this video. Stay tuned because we got a lot more. Ooh, shit, fuck. But as I was saying, we have a lot more. Damn it. Okay, yeah. As I was saying, we got a lot. Hopefully, we get to them all. Stay tuned because I got another exposing video coming to y'all tomorrow. Tomorrow, what will be exposed tomorrow? It's only less than a day away. But on that note, stay safe, stay healthy. But the most important part, and the most important part of them all, stay you. Because if you be fake, especially towards my ass, I might expose you too. That's what BS and BS good. You feel me? Anyways, peace.